Starfleet uniforms are very recognisable and iconic. The captain's golden shirt and the red and black of the captain's shirt. Hang on a minute. They're both captains. Shouldn't they be wearing the same colours? If you're here because you're confused by that, you aren't the first. So in today's video, I will hopefully clear up any confusion on how the uniform colours work and explain what they mean. Let's get into it. It's no secret that the creators of Star Trek took inspiration in many forms from the United States Navy. After all, it's a ship under the command of a captain. There are various ranks amongst the crew, and these ranks were often distinguished by the colours of their shirts. Fans know the basics. An array of blue, red and gold shirts line the bridge of the ship in every episode. The gold shirts are normally worn by the command division, which includes Captain Kirk, Lieutenant Sulu and Pavel Chekhov. Red uniforms belong to the Engineering or Communications Division, including Chief Engineer Scotty and Communications Officer Uhura. The blue shirts are then worn by the science or medical staff, including McCoy and Spock. As with a lot of things in Star Trek, it gets a little more complicated than that. As well as Engineering and Communications wearing red, it would also be the colour donned by the security personnel. You know the ones. They would be the characters that would be immediately killed whenever sent on a mission as part of a landing party, becoming a bit of a running gag amongst Star Trek fans. Red shirts, as they are most commonly known. But back to the gold of the captain and the commanding officers. Well, it turns out that these uniforms were not supposed to be gold at all. According to an interview with Star Trek costume designer William Thies, the colours of the main uniforms on the show were supposed to be blue, red and green. In fact, Kirk's uniform was supposed to be more of a lime green, but apparently because of the studio lights, and likely the film stock, it appeared more of a golden colour on camera. Of course, we know that Kirk did actually wear some green on a few occasions anyway, so it shouldn't come as too much of a surprise to know that he was supposed to be in green all along. Apparently this other green shirt that Kirk wore was made of a different material and had no issues retaining its colour under the studio lights. Now, of course, we have only been talking about the original series so far. I'm sure many of you have noticed that beyond the original series, Captain's uniforms are no longer gold or green, they are red. So what happened? Well, the colours for command and communications/security were essentially just switched. But why? From budget cuts to fabric choices, there are many reasons why the Star Trek cast uniforms changed so much. However, a reason for the shifts in uniform is never given within the franchise canon. There are plenty of theories out there from fans though. In the end, most of the changes were made by the show's costume designers for the actors' comfort, or just general aesthetic purposes. So why switch them from gold to red? The real-world reason is that the actors playing Captain Picard and Commander Riker didn't look good in the original Command Team gold. Lieutenant Data was meant to look more washed out since he was actually human. The red made the actual colour of the actor's skin show more predominantly through the makeup. Despite this real-life reason, fans can assume the changes were made due to changes in technology, the ships, and Starfleet budgets. The uniform saw more than just colour changes throughout the franchise. There were many different variants of the outfits depending on the work that was needing to be done. For example, there were dress uniforms that changed throughout Starfleet history. There were engineering jumpsuits as well as desert uniforms for the hotter weather. With each new starship that Starfleet introduced, there was a new uniform to go with it. This included new variants for wearing the uniform as well. Star Trek the Motion Picture was one of the Star Trek films with the most uniform variants. It ended up working against the creators of Star Trek because it caused the crew to look less unified. It didn't help that the colours were so bland and neutral as well. The changes always seemed to utilise the department's signifying colour. Whether it was an undershirt, a strip on the shoulder, or down their pant leg, the colours were always there in some form. If you'd like to know any more details on Star Trek uniforms and their colours, then please let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you have any other burning Star Trek questions that you need explained, again, let us know in the comments down below. I know there hasn't been too much activity on this channel recently outside of shorts, but that is because we've been extremely busy opening our own trading card shop. So if you're into trading cards at all, be sure to check out Newport Trading Cards. You could come and visit us in, you guessed it, Newport, South Wales in the UK, or you can head to newporttradingcards.co.uk and have a look at some stuff online. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching today, live long and prosper, and I will see you next time on Federation Outpost 111.